What's up, guys? Sorry I've been a little off a little lately with severe weather. Just a lot of work going on and other things, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into details here. Currently, we do have severe weather here happening across central portions of Wisconsin. It's kind of highlighted near the Wisconsin Dells area. There's a couple isolated cells trying to develop ahead of this line. This line is definitely producing damaging winds, maybe some hail with it, maybe up to quarter size or larger. That's with the more prominent dominant cells or the updrafts within that line. There's definitely some cells here popping up across portions of Wisconsin as well. We'll get into that as well. These outlined boxes are severe thunderstorm watches. They're posted out here across the area. Severe thunderstorm watch issued until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time, basically for portions of extreme southeast Minnesota, central upper Michigan of the peninsula, central eastern portions of Wisconsin, of course. We'll see how far east this does get, but it looks like this is starting to bow out right here going into Wisconsin Dells, so there could be some damaging wind gusts there entering portions of Wisconsin Dells right now. If you guys are definitely having a fun time there, probably definitely seeing some thunder and lightning at this point. High velocity picking up definitely some damaging winds in that area. Showing like 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts in this area. I don't know if there's 80 mile an hour gusts in that at all. I do think there's definitely 45 to 65 mile an hour gusts there entering portions of Wisconsin Dells. No rotation showing up, mostly damaging winds. There could be some rotation here showing up on some of the areas north of Wisconsin Dells here, where there could be a couple couplets here. It could be some radar glitches as well. Watch out for that. So there is a 2% tornado risk. A low end tornado risk is mostly for damaging winds and some hail associated in two portions of central Wisconsin. And those guys are racing off to the east, northeast, mostly northeast, with their air pushing east since that is blowing out. If that is a gust front associated with the line, there is a mesovortice here trying to develop right there where everything's feeding in right here across portions of north of Wisconsin Dells, across central Wisconsin. And you can see there's some isolated cells here trying to develop out ahead of it. I don't know if they're going to strengthen or not. There is a strong cap and inversion in place. Lapse rates will also have to help with those storms staying organized. Nothing for the Chicagoland area, Lauren. Mostly clear across this area, across the Chicagoland area. Mostly dry and very humid as well. If we pull up the meters here, see our temperatures across Chicagoland area is 94 over 70. 70 plus dew points and 94 temperature, so it's very hot and humid as well. Wear some sunscreen because I definitely learned my lesson the other day. Temperatures up here, with the thunderstorms in Wisconsin Dells, temperatures are dropping off into the 80s, over 68. But these hot air temperatures here out ahead of the line, 91 over 71, those storms are just going up and then they're dying instantly due to a strong cap and inversion. It's really hot air mass. There's not a lot of moisture in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which is drying out those thunderstorms and then causing them to collapse. If those storms try to get going, they're mostly closer to the line itself and then getting engulfed within the line. So if we back out of here, you can see that line is pushing mostly northeast and then pushing off to the east a little bit. So it kind of just moving like this for the most part. So I do expect that line to keep continuing off to the east northeast for the most part. We'll see how strong it does get. It could make its way up all the way to Appleton. I do expect it to, since they are underneath a severe thunderstorm watch. So definitely get ready for some gusty winds. But it looks like a mesovortice is trying to develop in here. You can see how that's getting tucked in right here over Adams, Wisconsin. And that's continuing to move off to the east northeast for the most part. But it's definitely getting tucked in right there, and there's definitely some cells trying to shoot out ahead of that, with definitely some hail, because those storms are definitely growing upscale pretty quick with some maturing stage, and you definitely do get some hail poking out of some of those updrafts that are out ahead of that. So definitely some very heavy precipitation, much needed rain, and severe thunderstorm watch all the way up into northeast portions of extreme Wisconsin. And then we have Iowa, of course, on the backside to the southwest flank of the front, where there is some ongoing storms for the most part across the area. A lot of them are disorganized for the most part, where some of those strengthening updrafts are definitely producing some gusty winds and some small hail. But a lot of much needed rain. A lot of these areas here across portions of central Central Iowa, are going to pick up anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rainfall over much of the area across this area. Slow moving thunderstorms, very heavy rain, and then some hail mixing in. Any tornado threat is found to be associated within the line. You get those mesovortices that do develop across the area. For the most part, if you go ahead and look at the visible satellite, here's your storms here blowing up. You can see there's definitely moisture and cumulus field here feeding into that line. You can see the anvils spreading over the atmosphere across portions of central and eastern and northeast portions of Wisconsin. That is definitely a very prograding thunderstorm line there pushing on to the east, northeast. You got some more cumulus and more thunderstorms developing across portions of central and eastern Iowa. So I just wanted to bring you guys a live weather update, bring you guys more details on what's currently happening. But that's it. That's it with this update. So stay tuned.